The question I get from the ignorant, and I don't mean this rudely and I don't mean this stupid, but those who just don't know, whose misconceptions have been fed by the ill interpretations given by Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo. The question I get is, so you can just like fall asleep? Those 7 syllables fall deep inside because once again, I'm forced to explain my existence within the confines and limitations of a yes or no question. Can, just, those words rain through my brain like a freight train through a tunnel of invalidation. Can, just, as if option and ease are part of the narcolepsy equation. And then I contain myself and look back at them. No, I say. And I follow this up with a definition as given to me by my physician. Actually, narcolepsy is a chronic neurological condition, an autoimmune disease with 2 types and 4 major symptoms. EDS, or excessive daytime sleepiness, cataplexy, or loss of muscle control, sleep paralysis, and the one that'll scare you to death, hypnagogic hallucinations. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that too much information? I look back into the innocent irises of my audience to realize I have lost them. The medical jargon has fallen at our feet, making the canyon of understanding between us that much more deep, and I wonder if it would be more effective if I could build a bridge with my perspective, give them some insight into my day-to-day life, like my constant struggle and failure to be a decent daughter, mother, teacher, and wife, or I could tell them of the questions that loom overhead, like what exactly happens to a body and a brain that wants to sleep only 20 minutes at a time, but every single hour of every night and every day for 20 years straight? And what if my baby, who I fought so hard just to have, ends up having this too? I mean, what do I do with that guilt? But if I go down that dark road, will they just switch into pity mode? No. You see, I have a great life. I try to live in the joy, and I'm working through the strife. Of course, they could go in the other direction and try to make it a competition, but I do not play the adversity Olympics, and neither should they, because if we did, we wouldn't even make the podium. So what do I say to them? To this question? And it hits me. I will not answer it. Instead, I will tell them a story. Okay. Iowa City, 2003. It's early autumn and the leaves on the university are turning orange and crimson. Zoom in, 2 students walk the campus aimlessly, their conversation and their chemistry, electric, to say the least. 2 hours in, she stops, turns, attempts to sound casual when she says, I don't know if I told you this or not, but I have narcolepsy. He stops too, turns, stares deep into her eyes of blue. Obviously something has captured him here. She, meanwhile, is paralyzed with fear as to what he's going to say when she hears in his deeply empathetic voice a question. Huh. So what is that like for you? Those 7 syllables fall deep inside because for the first time she's been invited to talk about narcolepsy within the context of her life. For you, for you, for you. Those words fill up her heart like a faucet turned on for a person parched. For you, for you. And the heavens seem to open with this awesomely open-ended and somehow like super hot question. And then she contains herself and looks back at him. And that, my friends, was the moment I knew I would marry my husband. I hope that answers your question. I gotta leave it at that. It's time for my nap.